One Punch Man Season 3 dropped. It was what I feared. Only one episode, so it might improve, but I'm not holding my breath. If you are an anime fan, you already know about this show. From an arguably poorly drawn but excellently written and plotted webcomic launched in 2009 to a hit manga with vastly improved art published in collaboration with Weekly Shonen Jump starting in 2012, it finally hit the small screen in October 2015. The first season, produced by Madhouse, was amazing, taking the story, which comes across as part parody, part love letter, and all action comedy. The still imagery of the manga was elevated in the best Madhouse style, paired with fabulous voice acting and a banging soundtrack. No notes, 10 out of 10, chef's kiss. Then silence for 4 years. Where was season 2? This happens sometimes in the anime world. A show gets one season and then never returns, basically serving as promotional material for the books. Sad, but true. Luckily, a second season graced our eyes in spring of 2019. Or should I say, unluckily. And not graced, more like disappointed. I won't go as far as to say it assaulted our eyes, but it was a huge step down. Gone was Madhouse, replaced by JC staff. The designs remained, the plot and humor remained, the great voice acting and awesome music remained, but the art was lacking, putting it kindly. Of course, not all scenes are about action, but some effort has to be made to keep things visually interesting. The manga is a template. What happens within the panels must be given motion, and what happens between the panels must be filled in and expanded on. In the manga for Bocchi the Rock, a few panels portray the performance of a whole song. In the anime, the song must be written. A band must play the instruments. Voice actors must sing. What takes seconds to read takes minutes to show. Elevate. The rest of Bocchi the Rock was equally visually engrossing. Season 1 of One Punch Man, or Wampan Man, a play on Ampan Man, even the costumes are similar, part of the parody love letter I mentioned, set a pretty high bar. Season 2 failed to clear it by a large margin, pushing that bar much lower. Now, 6 years later, Season 3 has not, and I know there has been only one episode, cleared even that lower target in terms of animation. What is animation, anyway? Animation is a technique with which still objects or images are manipulated to create the illusion of movement. Stop motion, claymation, paper cutouts, sequential illustrations, computer graphics. Stillness becomes motion. Sometimes this motion gets limited due to budget or time or both. Two famous examples come from 1995's Neon Genesis Evangelion, the elevator scene and the pondering of the fate of Kaoru. Anno wasn't getting support from the producers and had to work around some barriers, yet those two scenes became iconic in their own ways. This is not true for the first episode of Season 3 of One Punch Man. It has been 6 years. Things have gotten worse. I've heard people refer to the series as One Frame Man, and it is fair. Others have said that there was no episode 1, just slideshow 1. The pages of the manga have been colored with voices and music laid over top. An exaggeration? Maybe, but it is very close to what we got. With things like Spy Family's new season coming out at the same time, we can see how talkie scenes and scenes where characters are thinking to themselves can be handled in a way that achieves actual animation. When shows like Dandadan go all out to be visually engaging, it really makes One Punch Man Season 3 come across as lazy, zero effort, bordering on disrespectful, both to the viewers and to the source material and the heights reached in Season 1 10 years ago. I will watch Episode 2 and hope it isn't mostly a slideshow. I'll probably watch the whole season to see how plotlines play out. And I will hope that they've been saving their budget for the action scenes, because there are a lot on the way. But even when there is no fighting, I expect a lot more from what I consider to be a AAA franchise along the lines of Danmachi or Re:Zero. Maybe that is my problem. Maybe the rights holders and producers don't see the potential of One Punch Man to be an elite anime series. Maybe they don't want to invest the money, or at least use a better studio, to produce something iconic. Heaven knows they've had enough time to improve things. 6 years. What do you think? Does the visual quality of One Punch Man satisfy you? Do you feel disappointed like me? What anime series stand out to you as setting the highest standards of animation? Leave a comment and consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel if you've made it this far. Fingers crossed that things get better from here. Thanks for watching. See you next time.